I'm not sure what all this is, but let's have a look at it. The player autographs are not out yet. There'll only be champions autographs and finalist autographs. So everyone who goes into playoff will have an autograph capsule themselves. Outside of that, we got the contenders, we got the challengers, and we got the legends that all have stickers. Viewer pass, not quite sure what that is. Pass and tokens. Don't really know what that is, but I'll buy it. Right. Stockholm viewer pass plus 3 souvenir tokens. Activate pass now. Activate item. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I don't really know what I use them for. Place all 9 pick'em channels for the challenge 0 before it begins. So, let's get into the pick'em challenge, guys. To those of you who are not aware, the major is starting in, if I'm not mistaken, 4 days from now, which is pretty goddamn awesome. Given that we have the first stage of the major, so the way it works, just to give you a little bit of an introduction as well, is that you have the first stage where 16 teams is in. It's the contenders and the challengers that go up against each other. All these 16 teams, you see them right here. We got Team Spirit, Astralis, Pain Gaming, ENCE, Big Clan, Movie Star Riders, Heroic, Mouse, Sharks, Tyloo, Renegades, Virtus.pro, Godsend, Entropic, Copenhagen Flames, and FaZe Clan. 8 out of these 16 teams will progress into the next stage where they face up against the Legends, which is another 8 teams. Those teams are coming next time around. There you have Liquid, you have Astralis, you have Fury, you have all those teams. So those will be entering later. For now though, we gotta do our pick'ems, right? So the way it works is, the system is a Swiss format. So if you win 3 games in your group stage, you'll progress. Whether you go 3-0, or you go 3-1 or 3-2, doesn't matter, you'll progress to the next stage. If you lose 3 games, you're out. So the way it works is that you're always up against a team with the same score as yourself. So to begin with, everyone is of course 0-0. Then let's say that Astralis beat Tyloo in the first game, or Copenhagen Flames, I believe that's the matchup, and then Pain Gaming, they're beating Renegades. That means that both Astralis and Pain Gaming are now 1-0, which means that now they can face each other in the next round. And both Renegades and Tyloo is 0-0, so they can face each other in the next round. So that's the way it works. So you have to win 3 games in order to qualify for the next stage, and you have to lose 3 games in order to be out. So all these teams have a chance of not messing it up. Now, what we want to do here with the pick'ems is that we want to pick the correct teams. So we're picking a team that we think are likely to win all 3 games in the group stage, and we'll pick a team that is likely to lose all 3 games in the group stage, by then not progressing from the major. Down here, we also have to pick the 7 remaining teams that we think will advance. Whether or not they advance as 3-0, 3-1, or 3-2 doesn't matter. The only thing we need to make sure of is that we pick what we think is the best team or the most likely team to go 3-0 in the group stage. Okay? So, out of all these candidates, I think there's a few we need to discuss, a few we need to talk about when it comes to the 3-0. I think, of course, right now, FaZe Clan is a team that we have to look out for. I think when it comes to the major, they will be good. So FaZe Clan could potentially be the team that would put for a 3-0. But Astralis, with the new roster, we just heard that Sypnix is now playing with them again. Dupree is back, Glaive is back. Lucky, of course, on the team, and Magic. So they have 4 of the remaining champions playing on Astralis right now, and just 1 new guy in Lucky. It's not Device, of course, so that could be something as well. I think ENCE have been looking great as well. Heroic, obviously a team that, given they've been in a bit of a strugglesome period, I think they're getting better and better and better. So there's definitely a chance for them to be happening. In terms of the 0-3 teams, who do we think can go 0-3 in this groups? I would initially look towards some of the teams that we don't know too much about. Shark Esports qualified through the South American qualifier, where they beat a very weak MIBR, so they would be an initial pick. Tyloo as well, I think, is a team that could go 0-3. We don't really know too much about Tyloo. Renegades is also a little bit hit and miss. We don't really know too much about them. Haven't really played many European tournaments lately. Entropic, I think they're good. I think Entropic is good. Now I'm going to give you guys a curveball, and I'm going to do my 3-0 reason, and I'm going to put Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro is a team that at the last major, people may forget, at the Star Leather major in Berlin, they were in the final. They played Astralis in the final. This team has been struggling a little bit lately, but I think they're getting back to it. They're getting better and better and better and better. They lost a very close game to Team Liquid at Blast Pro Series, or Blast Showdown, but it was looking like they were getting good. I think this is a team that comes into the major and they'll play with a lot of confidence. They are annoying to play. Yakinda, one of the best, if not the best, entry fragger in the entire world. James playing some solid Counter-Strike, and Sanji, Buster, Kickert. Well, those 3 players have been underperforming a little bit lately, but I think they're getting better and better. I expect VP to go far in this major. I even expect them to be in top 8. And I also think it's one of those teams that in a group stage like this will do super, super well. So VP would be my 3-0 pick right here. You could argue that maybe FaZe Clan, maybe Heroic also would be up there. Those would be my 3 teams that I go for a 3-0 here. I think they have it. They got what it takes, but I'm going to go with VP. That also means that Heroic is definitely going to qualify for the next stage. I have no doubt. Yes, they've been struggling a little bit lately. They've had all this, cheat accusations going towards them as well. Now that's settled. Nico knew about the coach box scandal, know about the cheating. Some of the other players found out after it happened, but weren't actively cheating. It's been a messy period for Heroic, but I think they'll be a team that when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, of course, they'll beat the majority of these teams by then qualifying. Same goes for FaZe Clan. I really expect FaZe Clan to go a far, far way in this tournament. So yeah, FaZe Clan, definitely a team that is gonna go there as well. I think Mouse Sports is a team we have to discuss. They're a little bit on the cusp right now. Didn't really look good qualifying for the major, but it's a team with Rubs, one of the best rifle players in the world. I think they're going to do good. I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be just fine. You cannot have a Pickems challenge as well without having Astralis qualifying. There's no way. Literally no way Astralis won't qualify for the next stage of the major. And now it gets tough. Because I think Big Clan is a good team. I think ENCE played fantastically well as well. During the qualifier, they finished second. They only lost the final to NIP at the RMR Fall, which was the qualifier tournament for the major. So you'd have to put ENCE in here as well. I knew this was rumored. We can just have a look at it there. Virtus.pro to replace Sanji with Flit for the PGL major. That was rumored, but it's now been officialized, yeah, 50 minutes ago. That's cool. Well, that gives me even more hope. In towards VP. Sanji was the weak link. Flit is going to be fantastic. Okay, so we have 2 spots left. One of the surprises with Copenhagen Flames, they played super, super well in the qualifier. They could be arguing for a spot right here. You got Big Clan as well. I think they've been looking all right. Definitely a team that I'd expect to go through. And then you got Team Spirit, which is this upset team. They're always tough to play against. Spirit is always one of those teams you don't want to face, especially in best of 1 scenarios, as we could get into right here. Pain Gaming, I mean, admirable they got to this stage. I don't really know if I believe in them. Shark Gaming, no. Tyloo, no. Renegades, no. Godsend is a bit of an upset team as well. I think with Phelps, Taco, those boys, they could make upsets. Entropic as well, a bit of an upset team. Copenhagen Flames, I think it's tough. Out of these teams right here, I definitely put Spirit in. Spirit is a team that I expect can literally beat any team at the tournament. That's how big of an upset team they are. If they hit their stride, no team can feel safe against Team Spirit. But also a team that could lose potentially to all of these teams on a bad day. So it's a little bit rough to judge them. Then we have 1 spot left. I am very impressed with Movistar Riders. I think they've been doing a good job. I think Movistar Riders have been playing well. I think it's a team that has been progressing a lot lately. But do I think that they can win 3 games against this level of teams? No, I don't think so. I think they'll be one of those teams who go 2 and 3. Big Clan, yes, a team we have to discuss. I think it's a team that will qualify. I'm going to put them down here. Just because they have quality. Tapson is a fantastic player. Searson is one of the best AWP players in the entire world. And without having, they haven't impressed me with Gates so far. The Danish guy coming into the lineup instead of Santaris. But I do think they've been playing well enough where they should progress from this. That means that I'm going to leave out Copenhagen Flames. I'm going to leave out Entropic. And I'm going to leave out Godsend. 3 teams that I think could potentially qualify as well. I think those are the 3, you could replace with a Spirit and Big. And now for the 0-3, I'm not going to lie. My Brazilian buddies from Sharks, I have no faith in you guys. I think Pain Gaming have been looking all right. They qualified through the NA qualifier. Same goes for Godsend through the NA qualifier. And the level in the NA qualifier was way, way higher than the one we saw in the South American qualifier. Shark Gaming is not a bad team. They're just not a team that I expect to be able to beat many of these teams. It's between Sharks and Tyloo, but and both of them could go 0-3, to be fair. But I think it's gonna be the Sharks that is going 0-3. Question is, guys, is there anything right here you would change? Anything before we update the picks, before we log them in? Anything you would change? The only thing I think is a little bit interesting. Movistar Riders is a team that could do really, really well. I think they were impressive. I don't believe in Tyloo. I don't believe in Renegades, not at this level. I think Godsend is a very interesting team as well. I think Copenhagen Flames is a very, very interesting team as well. But who would you remove Copenhagen Flames with down here? Do you think Copenhagen Flames is better than Heroic? FaZe Clan, Mouse, Astralis, ENCE? Not at all, right? Spirit is my little gamble card right here. I think they could be super, super, super good. I also think they could be super, super poor. I'm not too sure. And then Big Clan as well. Big Clan is my question mark. Godsend is a team that I expect to be doing well. Copenhagen Flames, I don't know. I know there's a lot of Danes in the chat who are vouching for Flames. I'm not saying Flames is bad. I think Flames will be one of those teams to go 2 and 3 as well. So could potentially qualify on a good day. The reason why I don't think Astralis will go 3-0 in this Pickem channels is that I don't really consider Astralis to be as strong as they used to be. I think VP is a team that can qualify for the playoff. I think VP, especially with Flit coming in now, removing Sanji, which has just been officialized, I think that's a team that's going to be scary for the major. Like, very scary. Sanji has underperformed for quite some time without being real bad, but coming in with this honeymoon period, coming in with a new player who's individually much stronger than Sanji, I think there's potential for VP to be super good. Astralis, yes, they'll qualify, I have no doubt, but I don't think they'll go 3-0, especially not if they face VP. Right, we don't know about the seeding, so it's a little bit hit or miss. 2 teams will go 3-0, 2 teams will go 0-3, but if these two are facing each other, VP and Astralis, I consider VP to beat them. The most likely pick to put on 3-0 would be Heroic, but I'm going to be straight up honest with you right here. Heroic lately have been underperforming a little bit. Online, they've been performing alright, still gone down a notch or two. I consider them to be a bit of a question mark in the sense that they have had so much stuff going on. Now that's finally put aside with the whole coach box scandal, etc, etc. But on lane, we only have had 2 tournaments on lane that Heroic have played. One was ESL 1 Cologne, where they didn't perform well. I don't think they were playing well at all. They weren't as good as they were online. That was a little bit of a disappointment. And then we had the RMR qualifier in Stockholm as well, where they underperformed massively. Didn't even get into the playoff. I think they finished 11th, if I'm not mistaken. For a team like Heroic, they finished 11th in the European qualifier without Na'Vi, without Spirit, without Gambit. They were not even a top 15 team at that tournament, if you go by that logic. I think they'll be much better than Major. I think that was an off tournament for them. So I consider them to be pretty clear to go through here. But if I had to put my money, I'd say 3-0 for Virtus Pro. The only thing I question, the only thing I'm a little bit hesitant to is whether or not I want Flames Gatsend in there. I do feel Gatsend is going to bring up some good Counter-Strike, but then again, I think they're going to fall short. I think the tactical aspect of the game is something where they can't really follow, so that's going to be tough for them. And then for Copenhagen Flames, I mean, they played well, but I'd be a little bit too biased if I really believe Copenhagen Flames would beat these teams down here. I don't think so, to be completely honest. Spirit is a team that people have a habit of underestimating, and I understand why, but trust me, Spirit on a good day beats Heroic, FaZe Clan, Mouse, Astralis, Ents, etc, etc. Of course, Astralis on a good day beats Spirits as well, but that's the upset potential. I don't think Gatsend on a good day can beat VP. Even if Gatsend is playing their best Counter-Strike, they won't beat VP. If Spirit is playing their best Counter-Strike, they will beat VP. So it's a tough one. You know what? I think I'm going to log in these ones, boys. That is going to be my official Pickems. Leave a like, a comment. Let me know in the YouTube channel when we post this video. Let me know below the comments what your Pickems are and what you think I should have done differently, or if you've done something differently. And then we'll follow it up. So when we get to group stage number 2, we'll do the Pickems again, and we can see if you're smarter than I am. So let's log it in, boys. Pickems logged in. That is it, boys. That's going to happen. Fate in VP, Fate in Heroic, Faith in FaZe Clan, Mouse, Astralis, Ents, Spirit, and Big Clan. Unfortunately, that means Pain Gaming, Tyloo, Renegades, Godsend, Entropic, and Copenhagen Flames won't make it to the second stage. I hope Copenhagen Flames will make it. I hope Godsend will make it. I think they're cool teams. I wouldn't mind if Tyloo is going to make it as well. That'll be fun. But I don't believe that's going to be the case. All right, that's it. Pickems for today. Woo!